are live. Welcome to another edition of New Orleans Saints Road to Atlanta Week 4. I will be talking some with your host, DJ, here. I'll be talking some LSU. Also, I'll be talking a little Saints-Falcons, giving you a recap on that. And I will also be giving you the latest on the injury report for Saints-Giants game, which is at 3:25 on CBS for some reason. Kind of weird to see two NFC teams on CBS, but usually that's an AFC channel, but pretty cool to be on prime time, actually. So, let's get right down to it. I heard today that LSU's offense is not great. Burrow's only completing 49% of his passes, but we're doing well in the red zone. We're actually perfect. We're 100% in the red zone. That's good news, but if we don't get down to the red zone, we're not scoring. It's a catch-22. And to beat Georgia and Bama, it's going to be tough. But I did hear an analyst today say that we can beat Bama and Georgia. A lot of people have said our defense will keep us in games. We will be in every game. I listened to Ryan Clark today on 100.3 FM on Matt Moscona today, and he said that that we'll be in every game because of our defense. Now, will our offense keep getting better? I hope that this game, because it's Ole Miss, that we can find our offense. It's tough. It's not easy. You know, we have a new quarterback who's only been there a couple months. He's been there a few months now, but, you know, he was only there a couple months before it started. He came in late, so it's kind of a catch-22 thing. I'm hoping our offense can be good enough and our defense doesn't have a slip-up game. What's going to happen when the slip-up game happens? When Greedy Williams misses a couple tackles. When Devin White misses a couple tackles or a pick that he tried to get and couldn't get, and the guy runs free for a touchdown. What's going to happen when we have a slip-up game? Because I know Bama's going to be tough. Bama and Georgia is going to be tough. I'm glad they're both in Baton Rouge because it's going to be tough sledding down the road. We have Florida and Ole Miss, which are two teams we can beat. Ole Miss is going to be a little tough because they do have a very good offense. But please, try to fix your offense these 2 weeks because in 3 weeks, we have Georgia at LSU, and that's going to be a game of 2 top 5 teams. Maybe, if we're lucky, 2 top 3 teams. I don't know. I don't think we'll be that lucky, though. It'll be 2 top 5 teams. It's going to be a tough sledding ahead for LSU, but they'll get through it. Even Texas A&M will give them a little run for their money, because I know Jimbo Fisher is going to be. That's going to be a tough game to end the season, but we'll have to wait and see where we are at that point. So we'll move on. I did like their performance, though. They did score on that 4th down play in the red zone. I was watching before I went to the movies, and it was just tough. I didn't think it would be 24-21 in the 4th quarter against the FCS team, against Louisiana Tech and FCS team. You know, it's kind of sad, but Louisiana Tech was undefeated, so I can't really say it was really sad, but they were undefeated. It was good. It was a good game, good test for LSU. I just hope we can get it fixed. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's move on to the most important news, which is some Saints talk. Today, LSU did try out some CBs, because as we all know, Patrick Robinson's got an injury and he's out for the season. That's really tough because he was one of your starters. And we do need another CB before Sunday, another cornerback to help out Marshall Lattimore in that defense. They tried out David Amerson. Also worked out Dimitri Godson and Charles Iwara. Prince Charles Iwara today. I'm hoping one of these guys are good enough to make the team. We'll just have to wait and see. The only bad part is they don't know the offense that well. Luckily, we got the Giants and Washington, 2 teams that aren't really that we should beat. I mean, we should have beat the Bucks, but that's another day. But we'll just have to wait and see. That's part what happened today. Now, as we all know, I'm going to give you a little background story. Steve Gleason, 12 years ago, yesterday, was the date that he blocked the punt. I wasn't at the game, but I was watching it on ESPN, and it was phenomenal. It was great. It was the first time the dome was open since Katrina. Kudos to Steve Gleason. And the dome was rocking that night. We just couldn't stop, unlike Sunday. So, Good job, Steve Gleason. Now, Sunday was brutal. I said this a bunch of times Sunday, watching it with my mom and dad. I'll say it again. Guard the middle of the field. I mean, Bobby Hebert did say this. You can guard the middle of the field, not give up the big play, as long as we're holding the teams to field goals at the end of the day. Because as we saw, our offense could keep up with any offense touchdown-wise. I knew this game was going to be, I said it last Saturday, that it was going to be a 24-17, 2017 type game. I didn't think it would be in the 40s and 30s, okay? I knew both defenses were bad, but I didn't think they were that bad. I mean, look at the Saints defense. Dink, dink, dink. Middle of the field, middle of the field, middle of the field, big play. Middle of the field, middle of the field, big play. I mean, just give me 1 or 2 big plays, not 4 or 5 big plays a game. I just want 1 or 2. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a complete change, but just 1 or 2. I mean, y'all need to learn how to not let people get behind you. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore about this defense. Yes, we are good against the run. I did see that on Twitter, and I do agree with that. That we are very good against the run. Atlanta couldn't run the ball that well. When Tevin Coleman had over 100, has been doing pretty well in my fantasy league. So, I'm just, we've been good against the run. We got a little pressure on Matt Ryan in that fourth quarter, which helped out. Because I thought with a minute and 15 left, they were dropping down the field to go score a touchdown. Middle. They're 4 or 5 plays, they're in the field goal range. No, luckily we got enough time. We got a couple of sacks on Matt Ryan, ran him out of bounds once. So, yeah, it was a great defensive series. I just hope we can keep that up. And the reasons, the pocket did collapse a couple times, but in that drive, I guess we were good enough on the back end to not let people get open, which was great. Calvin Ridley hasn't done anything the first couple weeks. He comes into this game, I guess because we had Julio Jones guarded so much. Oh, wait, he had a couple catches too. But Calvin Ridley had 3 touchdowns. The last guy to do that in his debut was OBJ, which I'm not surprised because OBJ is that good. And that's another guy we'll have to guard on Sunday, which we'll get to on Saturday. But we just need to work on. I guess I'm okay with the middle of the field stuff, like Bobby Hebert said. If you can guard the outside people and don't let people get past you. 10 or 15 yards, yeah, that's fine. Or even 8 or 9 yards at a time is fine. But tackle. We missed a lot of tackles. I mean, that and the fact we had penalties. We had like 11 or 12 penalties for over 100 yards. That's not good. That is not good. Even on offense, we had a few penalties. But our offense found a way to score every time the Falcons scored. And even if we didn't, our defense found a way to stop them enough to where we could get that extra drive and tie up the game. But one thing I did see, which was enlightening, is, this is just a theoretical question, but is Taysom Hill the most exciting player the Saints have ever had? I mean, he does everything. Run blocking, pass blocking, return kicks. Even have a big run in the fourth quarter. That was amazing to have that big run. It helped us score a touchdown. I mean, this kid, I mean, I know he ran a 4.3 at the combine. He's not that great at being a passing quarterback, but he can do so many other things that it doesn't even making tackles on punt returns. It's just amazing. Almost every play he comes in, he's like, his name's going to get called. It's just that amazing. He's just that amazing of a guy. That he can do your third string quarterback doing something. Where have you ever heard of that? I mean, it's just amazing. But the Saints were good enough to win the game. I gotta say, they were really, really good. I don't want to see this every week because, as we all know, it's gonna be back and forth. You lose one, you win one. Tampa, you lost. Atlanta, you won. You can't have this every week. You'll be a 500 ball club. We should be able to win these next 2 games and be 4-1 at the bye. And then I'm hoping we fix our defense, but if we don't, we have the bye week to do that. And then we have the meat of our schedule coming up. That's going to be really tough. So let's move on. And last little segment that I have here is check out the we're going to check out the injury report today. Let's see, 1 second. Hold on. I know Alvin Kamara was on the list. And Cam Jordan was on the list. But could that be just not injury related, which I don't think it's injury related. Alvin Kamara's had a lot of catches, a lot of work these last couple weeks. I have his jersey. I love him. He's the best player the Saints have besides Michael Thomas. Is it going to be, injury report? I don't know. Cam Jordan, yeah, he didn't practice, but he plays every down. It's amazing. Today we had, let's see, 1 second. It's just Wednesday. I heard this today about LSU. Wednesday's the day if somebody's hurt and they don't practice, you're kind of scared that they're not going to play on Saturday. So the same thing with Sunday, I would think. Or maybe it's an extra day, Thursday. But if they don't practice like on Wednesday or Thursday, you're kind of scared because then you travel. We got to travel, so it's not like we're home where you can have that extra rest. It's kind of, so I don't really, running back Alvin Kamara was limited. But he's limited again, they say something with his knee, but I think he's still gonna play. He's gonna play through it. We all know about Patrick Robinson, Giants cornerback, Eli Apple did not practice. He has a groin injury. That might come in handy with the same. That might be a factor for the Giants because I've seen him play before, and Eli Apple's really good. So I'm hoping that he can play because I like both teams at full strength for this. Linebacker Manti Te'o, this is going to hurt us a little bit if he doesn't play. He did not practice. He also has a knee injury like Kamara. That is not a good sign for a defense that needs all it can handle, is what this Google.com is saying. But Giants linebacker Connor Barwin, they probably need all the help they can get too on defense because they're 0-2 right now, or 0-3, I think. Or they might have got one win. They're 1-2, I'm sorry. They did win this past week. But linebacker Connor Barwin did not practice on Wednesday. He also has a knee injury. So I'm guessing this is just a recurrent thing with the knee injuries. Next, we have defensive end. Cam Jordan did not practice. Biceps, limited. He did practice. He was just limited today. Like I said, he plays every down. So it's just probably a little bit of rest. Tight end Evan Ingram with the Giants did not practice with the knee. Ingram is week to week with the MCL injury, as I'm reading via Ian Rappaport. So that's really been a tough blow for the Giants. He said he'll be sidelined roughly 2 to 4 weeks of the 2018 regular season. So if he's back, this is the third week. So if he's back early, how effective will he be? They might not. If he's back early, I don't expect him to play the whole game. I expect him to be in and out of the lineup. So just watch out for that. Next, we have Patrick Robinson. Did not practice ankle, obviously. Now we know he's on IR, so he's out for the season. Next, we have Giants. Defensive lineman Damian Harrison. Did not practice. He has a knee injury. Teron Armstead, linebacker, limited with a knee. He's always in and out of the lineup. That's no biggie there. Antonio Hamilton, cornerback for the Giants. He has a groin injury. Wide receiver Ted Ginn was limited on the knee, but I still expect Ted Ginn to play on Sunday. Jonathan Stewart, running back, did not practice. He has a foot injury. Tyler Davison, and this is 24/7 Sports I'm reading these injury reports from. Tyler Davison was limited with a foot injury. Giants, Cody Latimer, wide receiver, did not practice, knee injury. Saints wide receiver Cameron Meredith, limited. He did have that big touchdown catch, but he is coming off an injury from the Chicago being out all year last year, so I do expect them to keep them limited until he's 100% healthy. Linebacker for the Giants, Olivier Vernon. He's limited with an ankle injury. Saints left guard Andrews Pete. He's been in and out the lineup as well, so that's limited with an ankle injury. And that's about it for that's about it. So, sorry I had a little issue there, so you might have missed some of the injury report. But that's about it. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm doing a new segment called NFL Pick'ems, and I will be picking every game to see who wins, who doesn't win. And by Saturday, I didn't do a good job of keeping track of my pick'ems last week, but I will this week. So please check out. I'm trying a new segment, trying new things. So bear with me. I'm gonna do it this week. Keep track of my picks, and I'll let you know the point spread and the who's favored and how many points they're supposed to get. Forbes.com did say the Atlanta game was supposed to be over 50, so they got it. Good job on that. So please come check out. I'll be talking about LSU a little bit. Also, I'll preview this game, the Giants game, and give you the final injury report. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, that thumbs up. Please subscribe so I can get more subscribers. I only have about 8 or 9 right now. Please also, if you can, I would like you to hit that notification button so you know when I go live around 8 or 8:30 Central Time on Wednesdays. And also around 3:30 or later, depending on the LSU game. If it's a big game, I like to go later. I'll let you know via Twitter and Facebook. Please follow me there too. At DJC_SEL. And that's where you can find me. You can also find me on I'm doing stuff with Liam and Issa on our sister channel, SWA, Smart Wrestling Alliance. We go live on Sundays at 1 p.m. to do I won't be with them because of football season, but I'll be back after. You might see me off and on around football season. We do a little podcast talking about wrestling, so please check that out too. And until Saturday,